We're seeing so much green considering this dump or pullback that BTC just had. I mean, it looks really bad on the chart, but now these altcoins have been, they've actually been behaving really nicely for us. And we've been watching dominance fall over while BTC's been coming down, and they've been very nice to these altcoins so far. Not such bad damage. We've just gone full science on render. I'm going to tell you guys about that earlier. I was speaking about that on Sheldon's show. It banged a 382 and it's absolutely taken off. So we're going to talk about render just now. I've got a 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗀𝗕 set up for you. Everyone's talking about 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗀𝗕 lately. Is the soul money going to move into 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗀𝗕? So if you want to be in 𝗕𝗬𝗕, I've got a few ideas on potential setups that I'm going to give you guys. Then we're also talking CFX. I'm talking Fetch. I'm talking Atom. We've got sushi updates. I see NEO even broke a trend. And then I've got Dave and Bruce today, and they're coming with their usual banger setups for you. So we got so much to cover, guys. Let's get right into it. And before we get into this chart, guys, I also forgot to mention David has mixed us a new backing track for our session. So let me know in the chats, guys, if you're excited about it. We're going to be selling this thing for likes just now. So we're going to get David up there just now, and we're going to get his new backing track up. Let's take a look at this BTC chart quickly. This is the 1 hour. We've been in a beautiful downtrend. I'm saying beautiful because you know what? It's nice to get a pullback. We get new entries. Things were a little bit hot. We needed to cool down. So we've been in this downtrend now on the 1 hour, and it's broken trend a little bit earlier than I expected. I was eyeing out a little long here at about 34, maybe a wick lower. But it reversed a little bit early for me. So now we've got a trend break, and we are waiting for this retest. So this is the 1 hour. Retest wise, let's look at about 34,380. Let's see if we get a little pullback here into that region. And then trouble up ahead is 34,800. So, you know, we're going to play this step by step. 34,800 is potential rejection area. If we go higher, we've got 35,200 potential rejection area. So we're just going to play this area by area. And then again, I'm still watching this 34 region. That was still my preferred region for potential long off support. So that's my current view on BTC. Any rejections we need to tie in nicely with these altcoins, but it's been a nice start. BTC drifted lower. These altcoins hovered around their support zones, and the minute BTC gave them a sniff, they started turning up again. Let's just recap our 3-day situation. BTC 3-day, again, no real changes here. If we're watching 3-day candles, this thing's like watching paint dry, basically. It's pretty boring. So we're just going to watch these key areas again. You can see that 33,390 is still a key level, and bigger pullbacks 31.5. And then again, 36K is still a resistance zone. If we push up again, we are going to have some kind of fight there. Guys in the chats, I see there's requests for TRX. I don't even know if we do Tron anymore. I mean, is that even a thing? Yeah, Solana I've got for you guys. There's people calling shorts on Rune. So yeah, we got a couple of bears here. I'm going to ask Alan to prep us a poll quickly. Alan, if you are listening to me, can you prep us a poll quickly? I want to know, is the short-term pullback, guys, is the short-term pullback a short-term pullback one, or is this it? Was that the bottom, and are we now pushing ahead with these altcoins? So, Alan, is this a short-term pullback, or was that the bottom, and are we now moving up? I'd like to hear the sentiment out there. I want to see what you guys are thinking. Render ASAP, Ainsley, you're right. Let's get render ASAP because that's the one that blew up earlier today. So we were watching this one this morning, and I was on Sheldon's show for about 10 minutes, guys. I don't know if you watched Sheldon's show today. It was epic. He had one of the school students on the show, guys. Really, if you're not in sniper school, you've got to get into sniper school. It's I think the last code of the year is on Tuesday. Watch Sheldon's show from earlier today. We had one of the graduates from sniper school on there. One hell of a story, so worth a listen. We brought up this render chart as it was dipping into the 382 on Sheldon's chart, and on Sheldon's show, let me zoom in here. Look at the science. We went full science on this render. You don't even get, I mean, do you get better perfection than that? That bounce off the 382, diving into that. And you know what helped me with that, guys? It was the 𝗏𝗏 that I pulled in conjunction with my normal stuff that I'm using. I dived into 𝗏𝗏 on the 1 hour. I was looking for a reversal. I could see render was moving into one of our hot zones, one of our high impact areas, and I wanted confluence from 𝗏𝗏. And 𝗏𝗏 was talking to me, and it gave me an X earlier, and we saw that it was starting to slow down. The short that it printed, it was getting tired. It was almost time for a reversal. So when that tied into my 382 area that I liked so much, we fired it off there, and now we are long render, and it's cooking for now. Is it going to be a short-term pullback? Well, we need to see. Once you guys start answering that poll for me, yeah, I want to know. Matt says you got to love the Fibonacci. I mean, do you need anything else in your life other than Fibonacci? Honestly, this 382 is just magic. So now with render pushing up, I'm looking for potential rejections here, because we are technically now in a downtrend until confirmed otherwise. So rejection areas for render that I'm watching, this 382 at 2.35. This is a zone of interest now. We could very easily just reject there and start this downtrend again. And then we have the 618 old reliable here at 2.48. So eyes on 382 at 2.33 and the 618 at 2.47. These are now key areas of interest for render if we're going to get a rejection. And you know, the bears out there, if you're looking for shorts, look for these hot zones, see what you can do, maybe dial in a little bit and see what you can tackle there. I'm going to show you a few other scalp examples that I've put together today. We've also got updates on sushi for you. I've got NEO that I'm going to do now. NEO broke trend earlier. That was on a 15-minute little scalpy that we got stuck into. So I'm going to take you through that as well. Orca wants Tomo. You know, Orca, Bruce is here. The Tomo King is here today, and he's going to Tomo you all day long. So he's going to sort you guys out with Tomo shortly. Joe USD, that's interesting one. We haven't seen that since we shorted that one. Off the 200-day MA. Rune we can do. And yeah, good to have the locals here. I see a little bit of new chats here, new members in the chat, guys. Welcome everybody, and it's good to have you here and good to talk altcoins and all these things. Let's go with CFX as one of the others on my list that I wanted to share with you today, and looking for a possible entry on CFX. It's one of the Chinese tokens. It was dipping so nicely into this 100-day MA, and I was licking my lips. I was getting so excited, thinking we were going to get this little push today into this hot zone for the bounce that is currently happening now, and we just didn't. They just didn't give it to me. Unfortunately, I was looking for this 0.138 region for the bounce, and you can see why it's interesting. We lost trend, we were dipping lower, and at some point when you do lose a trend and it starts sending it lower, you look for these reaction zones where you can get a bounce. And my main reaction zone for CFX was this 0.138 and the 100-day MA. So it was a tie in between the 100-day MA and the horizontal, and it's front run it a little bit on these little candles over here. So CFX feels like a missed opportunity here, but again, once we reject, or if we do reject now, it's an area I'm going to be watching closely again. So I would suggest set your alarms here. 0.1377. Set some alarms. There's a potential long coming on CFX. Let's say it pushes up and comes back down. We should get a second opportunity there on CFX. So eyes on that one for the time being, but yeah, that entry opportunity has evaded us, unfortunately. Let's deal with NEO at the moment, because there's a lot of chat about NEO lately. There's people saying, no, the Sol money now, it's been Sol conference, now it's going to NeoCon. Guys want to put money in NEO. There's some development stuff happening at NEO, some secretive stuff, so maybe some announcements coming. So it is the flavor of the month currently. So if you are looking for a NEO entry, what I can do is show you where we are right now. This is the 12-hour, and we are sitting on the 786 and horizontal support currently. Not bad, hanging out well, relative strength considering how the other alts have been dumping relative to NEO, and it held really nicely yesterday through all those pullbacks. So this is a hot zone for me right now, and we'd probably look for something along these lines, some kind of flag or pennant to develop here, and then this push for NEO. So we're going to dial in a little bit, and I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can tackle this one. So this is the NEO 15 minutes. So I've dialed into that bigger picture that I've just given you, and this is a block by block or blow by blow level for NEO and how to tackle it. Yesterday we were long over here off this 382. It came down, dipped into that 382, pumped into resistance. Guys, remember, we can define and develop a range on two moves, the high and the low. Then we have our range. We don't need more touches. Some of the comments yesterday, they were saying, oh no, ranges are formed in hindsight. Well, you only need two touches to start forming your range. So we got the high, we got the low, and it banged up into the range high, back to the range low, 382. Where did it go? Back to the range high. And now again today we are waiting for this opportunity lower down. So the aggressive entries are always on the lower regions, on the support buys, on trends and things like that. And then your backup entries are on the breaks and the retest. So we're going to look for that now. NEAR has dumped, it pushed up, and it's now turned quite early. So the best way to play this on the 15 minutes is to wait for a break of trend, wait for that retest, and then try and grab your entry in this region if that trend does break. Otherwise, let it fall over. Let it come down to the support region at 1.44. So while this session is going on, we'll keep our eyes on NEAR, and we'll see if we can grab a little entry here. I know David's also talking NEAR as well. He mentioned he was looking at a NEAR entry considering the new situation. So Dave, we're going to talk some NEAR just now again, and hopefully we'll get an entry either lower, or if it breaks trend and starts pushing up. Z8TA wants to short Rune. We can take a look at Rune. We'll take a look at Rune. Steve keeps telling us to watch Joe. So Dave and Bruce, can you get out Joe in the meantime, so that the minute you come on, we can fire up this Joe chart. We need to take a look there. So if one of you can prepare the Joe chart for me. One of the other coins I wanted to chat to you about today was Optimism. And we were looking for potential entries on Optimism, and you can see what's happened here. It started taking off on the range low, so we can view this now as a bounce area. We were calling some kind of bounce this morning, some short-term bounce. You can see the support. What did it give us? 50-day MA, a massive move off the 50-day MA, guys. You need this 50-day MA off your charts. Now we have recovered this horizontal support at 382. So I would say your support now is under this current 12-hour candle. So 1.35 is your support zone, I would say. So if you want to be long and you assuming Optimism is going to run higher, your target is the range high, 200-day MA, and your support is under today's 12-hour candle. So we did hear some bullish news out of the US. The jobs numbers were quite bad, which is good for the markets. And the market has responded quite nicely. And this might just be a spin-off of this news. So let's hope there's follow through on the US markets. And if this move continues, we should get some more relief on these altcoins. So Optimism, yeah, moving okay. Looks like a little move coming here. Range high is 7 or 8%. Nothing to sneeze at. Nice little range move. And your support would be pretty much on all these coins under today's 12-hour candles. Try and pick the ones that have the tightest stops now. Unfortunately, we are about 60 to 90 minutes late on some of these moves. So if you don't have, just exercise a little bit of caution here. Let's look at the next one I had for you, Solana. So is the money out of Sol now? Are we done? Well, we're going to watch the Sol chart. It's going to tell us a bit of a story. You can see it's come down to test our old resistance. So we broke out. We hit our rejection zone. We've come back. We've tested our old resistance area. And you can see I marked this region. It was area of interest, this 39 level. Over here, you can see these two wicks up here, and it's holding a support currently. So this is our first potential bounce area for Sol. If we do lose levels, let's say it's a short-term bounce, we get a few percent and we fall over. Next area of interest for me, 34.7. And then deeper, there's a little bit of a cluster here, but deeper down, I really like this 30 level. So for me, call it 34.7 and 30 are my next major zones. Let's zoom into Sol and see what's going on here. Scalper's Paradise again, guys. I've been doing this a lot for you on the 15 minutes. In fact, please let me know in the chats. I can add a lot of these for you, the scalping situation off the 618s and the trend. So let me know if this is something you want to see more of or not. I'm trying to get a nice balance for everybody, and I know there's a lot of new traders here and there's a lot of experienced traders here. So look, well, Crypto Banter says yes. Well, so yeah, let us know, guys, if you like the 15-minute stuff or you want to see. Yeah, Chris says thanks for the knowledge. Yes, we're here to help everyone. Okay, this is a show for newbies and experienced traders, so I just want to get the balance right for everybody. Right, so Solana downtrend. What's happened here? We've had a lot of 618 rejections. You can see you can pull that 618 from the high to the low, and you can see where it responds every time. This was the initial one. We were catching these shorts yesterday. and now we've broken trend. We've dipped down in the trend, and the aggressive entry, guys, range lows always. These aggressive entries are on the range lows. The secondary entries are on the break of trend, the retests, and then the pumps. Look at that, come down, and now we are cooking on Sol. So Solana, right now, we've broken some kind of 15-minute horizontal resistance. So I would say support zone to watch now, if you are in Sol, is 39.6 as your support region. And the idea here now is that it's going to hold this level and start pushing up. And what you can do is crack in a trend over there and track that trend. If the trend starts falling over, same principle as the big stuff, same principle. If the trend starts falling over, you're potentially looking at lower levels, and then you are cruising down. So right now we've had that horizontal break. Let's see if that holds. Let's see if this move wasn't just a little squeeze from all the shorts coming in, and let's see how that plays out for Sol. David's going to do dot for you. Let's do an update on 𝗕𝗓 again. Just a classic play, guys. We were talking about 𝗕𝗓. It was a big discussion point the last few days. I see Renee is asking for 𝗕𝗓, so here it is. Renee, 𝗕𝗓 is here. What did we do on 𝗕𝗓? We broke up. We hit a major resistance zone over here. You can see what happened. This 1.3 big rejection through this old resistance. And what did it do? It came back. It retested it. Okay, so we see this so often. We break through resistance, we come back, we retest it, and now we're looking for some kind of flag to form on 𝗕𝗓. We're looking for this type of formation. Let's see how it plays out. I have zoomed in on the 15 minutes for you as well, and you can see it's reacting quite nicely on the 618. We're getting the 618 rejections. You can see what happened yesterday. We got that short up at the 618. It dipped here to this reaction zone, pushed up. We got the double bottom, sent itself up again, rejection 618, massive rejection, and then again rejected on the 618. So here we are now for 𝗕𝗓. 15-minute support I'm watching, call it 1.1. That's where you need to be. Here's some horizontal stuff at the moment. Okay, so tied in with that, this is your support level now, this 1.1 level, and let's see how 𝗕𝗓 plays out. Right now it's struggling at the 618 rejection area, so just be a little bit cautious here unless you are short. For the bears, so the bears, you know what to do. You look for your reactions at the 618s, and you can pull in your shorts. Let's see how that would play out. Probably a little bit deep now, but the bears could look at something like that. Your first support is obviously only a 4% move, and then your next level is about 13.6. But remember, this market's now turned green. BTC has broken a trend. Okay, so just be a little bit cautious out there. Tash wants Tomo. Tash, we've got you covered. Bruce is waiting in the wings. I heard my TradingView alarm go off about CAS. It went off a few minutes ago, I think. Let's take a look at CAS. In fact, let's wait for the guys. Let's get the guys up because we got a lot to do here. David, you were missed yesterday. The crowd was asking for you.
What's up, guys? Sorry, I missed
Bruce, morning.
Good morning,
so, guys,
everybody.
we're basically selling David's new mix for likes. That's pretty much how it's going down today. How many likes do we have here, Bruce?
We have currently 211. Sadly.
211 likes. I'm not playing new music for 211 likes. Guys, come on. Let us know. We're waiting. Who wants to hear Dave's new track? He's mixed it just for these sessions, guys. You're not going to hear it anywhere else.
That's right.
Okay, fire up those likes, guys. What is our target here? When we hit 400 likes, we are on. We're launching David's new backing track. It's going to be the next backing track for the next 2 or 3 weeks until he releases another one. Okay, so let us know here, guys. Iman is watching Filecoin on the 15 minutes. Angelo says, play it. I'm going to play it.
Almost there. We're at 319 now.
Okay, keep it going, guys. 400 likes. We're launching Dave's new backing track for our sessions here.
And your poll results are what's next for BTC? Short-term pullback is 60%, and going back up is 40%. I think people think we're going to have a sadder weekend.
60% are saying it's a short-term move. Okay, interesting. It did reverse a little bit early. I see dominance is pushing up again. This is dominance, guys. A little bit of a push up here on dominance. You see, we got our first rejection. Look at this. Okay, so 618 came in here for us. and it's just giving us a little rejection here. So this is these key moments. We watch these areas now, okay? 618 rejection, horizontal, horizontal, horizontal. Now we want our retest to hold, and then to prove that it's not a fake out, and then we'll be okay. Carlos says altcoins bouncing off support levels. Yes, please. That is correct. That's the way we like it. We always try and tie these things in together. How's our like situation? Are we launching David's new song yet?
We're up to 370. 30 more to go.
Guys, come on. 30 more likes and we're launching David's new track.
Yeah, come on.
Angelo wants to trade Banter tunes. Okay. Let's look at CAS quickly while we wait. I heard an alarm going off. I'm pretty sure it was for CAS. Aha. Okay, so we've got horizontal pressure again for CAS. So this is the story I was trying to explain on the Banter Discord today, guys. CAS, there's basically two scenarios I'm looking for now. This is major resistance again. If you remember, Simon was talking CAS yesterday, and he actually got this level perfect. I was talking 0.48. Simon was saying he actually likes it here at 0.50. And it's held this level really well considering the way the market was turning over. And now we're back at this all-time high area putting pressure. So the bulls, how are we going to play this thing? You need to see this break. You want to crack this area, and you're going to then look for this little rejection afterwards. So you want to see it pull back after a little break and just prove to us that we have support here. So you want that pop, and then you want it to hold a little bit of consolidation. You can dial in 15 minutes, you can take a look, you can see how it's reacting on this area for potential buy, and then that's going to help you send it higher. And then my target for CAS is actually 0.058. So that would be the initial move that I'd expect if CAS does blow this level. It's been very quiet. It's almost been too quiet for too long, CAS. So again, guys, it's a resistance area. At some point, it's knocking on this door. We were talking about CAS squeezing up here. Maybe they're gonna pull it back one more time, but it's getting close. Like Simon was saying yesterday, it's running out of space here. Eventually, this thing is either gonna blow up now, or it's gonna now lose that trend and fade. So quite an exciting time for CAS. I think with this market being bullish, and people start getting hold of it, it should be moving. Okay, Hendrik says we got 400 likes. Andy says he loves the show. We appreciate that, guys. We appreciate you. There was an interesting trade earlier I wanted to tell you guys about. It was NEO, and this is how cool this community is. There were people in the chats on Sheldon's show saying NEO's moving, and here it is. Okay, so it's all about contributions from you guys as well. We bring the setups and whatever, but I know you guys are watching also 200 tokens out there. I mean, I never look at NEO, but whoever dropped that NEO in the chat, thanks for the trade, bro. Caught it. I exited at the 618. But there, off it goes. We had the 618 rejection. That was a TP zone, and off it goes. So guys, just keep the info coming. If you're dropping charts in here, you're dropping coins in here, we're going to try and look at them, and if we catch the right ones, we're all going to make money together. So this is what it's all about. Okay, launching David's new backing track. It's actually, I think it's my best. I think it's my best one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? It's quiet.
I am ready.
I'm just going to turn it up a little bit, yeah. So this is the new trading music for at least
little chill
until he releases another one. But I'm loving this at the moment, guys. It's a little bit of a different spin there. I'm loving this. Let us know in the chat what you think. We'll start turning it down when we start trading again. But yeah, I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Matt, let's spin it up. Ashish, it is too loud. We just turned it up. We just wanted you guys to hear it. We're going to turn it down now. Okay, so we're trading with this for the next 2 weeks. Dave, nice work, bro.
Awesome. I love it.
Good trader, good DJ. What a guy. Okay, I see we're getting some flames. The guys are loving it. Okay, cool, guys. Let's move on. Let's get up some setups. Dave, you weren't here yesterday. Tell us what you got. Let's see what you had.
Cool, let's do it.
Fahad says amazing as always.
Cool. Glad you guys like it. It's a little chill, but feeling kind of chill
nice.
lately. Yeah. So I posted yesterday about Bitcoin. We have the CME gap. It has not been filled. We are at the top of
not showing for some reason. It's blank.
Really?
Sure.
Huh.
Yeah. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗬𝗕 says much better than the prison torture music. 𝗕𝗬𝗕, what do you mean, bro? Are you talking about our music?
It says it's sharing. When you stop sharing.
Okay, so unshare and try share again. Look, guys, we can't please everyone, you know, but we like a bit of music in the background. I see some of the comments sometimes. The people are like, "Oh, I can't watch this music; it's too loud or something." But you know, we're trying to do something for everybody here.
There we go. Okay, cool. Good.
There you go.
There we go.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, sorry I missed yesterday, guys. My daughter got sick, but glad to be here now. I posted on the Discord kind of my views on Bitcoin. So just to kind of highlight real quick, we have a CME gap at right around, let me see here, right here. Yep. So I posted that. If you guys don't have that chart, it is in the Discord. So we have not tapped that level yet, and we are in the U.S. session. We are at the top of the Keltner channel. So hey, hopefully this is the bounce and we go to 36, but I am aware that, you know, we are at the top here and US may send it down towards the close of it, fill the gap, and I am expecting a weekend pump if that does happen. So yeah, I am kind of feeling FOMO on NEAR, and I want a long position, especially with that whole SOL situation. It's like, gosh, man. But yeah, this is kind of like what I'm seeing. A couple trend lines here and kind of falling in line with what Dylan said. I think 1.44 is nice. On the Fibonacci that I have here, I basically have it drawn from the bottom, the last day of October to the high, and you can see that we've reacted on this 382 here, 1.45. I did take a small scalp long last night, you know, a couple percent move, closed it with the anticipation of it coming down here. So yes, I would like to see something like this, and then we go. But if we lose this trend, the next level I'm looking at is right around here at 1.37, which is a 618 or sniper zone region for me here. And this trend line down here is basically going all the way back to the 24th of October. So if it does hold there, then the other potential scenario I'm seeing is coming down here. You know, that's worst case scenario. But essentially, I think that's the lowest it can go before it rockets up towards the conference. I could be wrong, but this is just kind of what I'm seeing. This is actually what I drew last night on TRB. It sucks that it got away from us.
Yeah, we had everyone in the crowd calling it. Oh, shit.
I was like, man, should I post this? I should wait till the show and then I'll post it as like a recap, but we missed it. And how did I see this? I was basically just drawing this trend, a couple trend lines here. It looks kind of crazy actually, but yeah, there's this trend line here that I'm following. Yeah, following this trend line here, and it respected that particular trend line, and then we had this order block. So I was hoping for maybe a wick down into these order blocks before they sent it, and then I was actually looking to see the reaction on this trend line. So what's crazy is that it broke this trend line, and now we are hitting this order block. So just keeping my eye on it. If it does get back inside this trend line and starts to fall over, that's probably where I'll enter the short and then look to re-enter the long down here at like 1.04 and play this little triangle. But that's just an observation play. Let's go ahead and talk about what I'm looking for. So GRT looks really nice. However, my sniper zone entry, or where I would like to snag an entry, is like at 10 cents on this trend line. So essentially I'd like to see something like this, maybe a wick into this order block, and then a reclaim of the trend line, and then boom, something like that. So I've got my alert set here. If you guys want to set an alert at basically 10 cents, 0.10221. I think that's nice. The other one was DOT, and basically I drew a fib from the 1st of November to the high here, and it's already retraced in the sniper zone. We've got this trend line that's forming from the 27th of October. And so what I'm looking for is maybe it'll hang around here for a little bit and then see it go. But I am bullish on DOT. And I know Sheldon was talking about it, that, hey, if you got it down here at $4, you know, keep holding it. And I expect it to.
Yeah, Phantom. They're going to have their chance, even Matic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So be aware of the situation here, guys. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold this trend line here. So this little area right here is a good entry, I think. We're kind of in there now, but you know, maybe wait for a small pullback after the U.S. session, maybe even at the end of U.S. session to grab that entry. Injective. So I've been watching this. I know that it's overbought, but I mean, maybe it's just going to keep climbing, right? And so kind of what I'm seeing here is the bottom of the trend line here. I've pulled a fib, basically the 31st of October to the high, and you can see that it's already reacting on the sniper zone. So what I would like for it to do is to come back down here, maybe wick into this order block, and then for it to continue playing this trend line or this parallel channel. However, if it does lose this trend, which we saw on like WLD yesterday, you know, it might come down here, pump up, and then finally have that correction that we've been looking for. But as of now, with the bullish market vibes and everything like that, and the bullish sentiment on Injective, I think this would be a nice little scalp long if we can hit these levels here. So if you guys want to set an alert with me here, I think the sniper zone entry would be ideal, right around 13.93. And I think setting your stops is pretty tight. I mean, if we're right here, your stop loss could be below like this last wick right here at 13.41. But keep your eyes on it. Again, my favorite entries are when it wicks below the trend line and reclaims it. I mean, those are amazing entries. And then the last one is DYDX. Lost this trend. This was supposed to be support. Maybe it's going to act as resistance again, but you can see where these moving averages and the 618 are lining up, guys. Looks really crazy to me. I'd like to snag an entry right here. So I have an alert set at 2.05 as a sniper zone potential entry here. So let's see. And
okay, so you're looking for more downside.
Yes, I mean, it's lost this trend here. I mean, if we go up from here and reclaim this potential SR flip, then yeah, I'll be bullish again. But I'm not in the trade. It's just something that I'm looking for. If DYDX can get like maybe up here again, this is the trend line that it lost, then maybe that's where I'll flip short to write it back down. And again, this is all based on Bitcoin and where it's at in the Keltner channel. So if I see something that aligns with where Bitcoin's at in the Keltner channel, you know, whether it's this weekend or what, you know, I'll post it if I take this trade. But this is kind of the setup I'm looking for, you know, writing it up, writing it down, essentially.
Okay, and then guys, David will post in the Banter Discord. For those of you not in the Banter Discord, you need to be in the Banter Discord. He will drop you these charts, and he posts them under his section there, under Sniper Setups. You'll see David there, Bruce there, Simon there, and my stuff's there as well. And you need to be a VIP to get on Banter Discord. So you need a Banter trading link from any exchange. If you don't have a Banter link, there is one in the description below. So grab any one of those trading links in the description, and that should give you access to the Banter Discord VIP.
Yes. And then last two, this is, I mean, I've covered this all week, but you know, as I cover the same tokens over and over again, it's just because I feel the heartbeat of it. You know, Arbitrum, I mean, I gave like a bunch of long calls a couple days ago, like every single one of them hit. Hopefully you guys took your profits when I made that post about Bitcoin being at the top of the Keltner channel. But right now we're still in this potential trend here, guys. You saw how it reacted to the trend. So you know, if it can get back down to the trend where this order block is, I would like to have another go at an entry here. So maybe set an alert at 0.94. I think that would be a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so look, guys, we are in the middle of a move right now. Again, it doesn't mean this move is now that it's going to rip. We often see situations like you get a little bit excited, it turns green, and then you get another reversal. Okay, and that's where you can get these some of these entries will start presenting themselves. So again, now's not the time to absolutely FOMO into things. You know, save a little bit of powder there for any pullbacks. But yes, I mean, there's a lot of comments coming through here. You know, all these tokens are moving, guys. We're going to go through as many as we can. Bruce has got 𝗏𝗟𝗃. I think we've had questions for 𝗏𝗟𝗃.
Yep.
Bruce is going to fire that one up for you now.
Cool. You want 𝗏𝗟𝗃 first, or do you want Joe first, like we said?
Thanks. Okay, so yeah, Trader Joe, let's do it.
Yep.
We haven't touched this one in a while. Bruce, your chart is on the screen. Maybe just try to zoom in a little bit.
There we go. Is that better?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So 𝗏𝗟𝗃 is in a range, coming to the top of the resistance, top of the range right now. I wouldn't. It's got a little ways to go, but I wouldn't. I personally don't long from the 50% mark of a range on up. So I'd let this basically top out. It may have already, at which point it'll start breaking down. Where'd my marker go? There we go. So it'll either keep to try and push up here again and then break down, or if it breaks, it could break through. That'd be a whole nother trade. Wait for it to break through, confirm that it's broken through support, retest SR flip, pick it up on the retest and go long, or you can wait for it to break down and pick up the short back down to support down over here. One thing to note is that it really reacts powerfully on the 200-day moving average. And notice that. So if it does pump up with that line coming over here, be careful for a really strong reaction right over there.
Yeah, we saw that rejection. We were live when that happened.
Yeah.
Big rejection of that 200-day. Okay, cool.
Definitely. So before we get to 𝗏𝗟𝗃, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is this. I got over 50 messages. Yeah, it's like, well, I actually do have the answer, and yeah, I don't know how to interpret it, but I woke up. Obviously, we planned to take a long from this level over here, from that trend line support area, and in the middle of the night, I got ding, 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 and that thing toasted all the way down to the 200-day moving average.
That is wrecked. Wow. Okay.
So here's the thing, guys. There's a reason. I heard all kinds of rumors. People going, "What's going on?" I'm getting DMs, and I now have the answer, which is this. Promo chains changed to the victory chain called Viction.
Okay.
I've read the whole article, but that probably is what caused the sell-off or the whatever. They're going into Web3, all kinds of different things. I haven't read the whole article. Don't know what they're going to relist and keep the name Tomo, and then the name will be Viction, or they're actually going to rebrand the whole thing. So we're just going to have to wait and find out. But there is the reason that that our dear beloved Tomo took a nosedive. So yeah.
Okay. Well, look, that explains a lot, because that's an horrific candle. So, guys, hopefully, this is why we use stop losses, risk management. These type of things happen. They happen in normal markets as well. It's not even just crypto. I mean, I trade some of these markets here where I am, and I was actually just telling one of the guys I trade with today. I mean, some of these companies trade like absolute shit coins, the way they respond to news and all these things. So it's not just the crypto market.
No.
It does happen everywhere.
It is leaned up against that moving average, though. It looks like an amazing long.
Look at that right there. It is. And actually, right now, I'm going to look for a long. I want to wait a little bit because I'm uncertain about this shakeout. I want to read the article. I want to see whether there's other flood in the market. But perfectly right now, right up the 200-day moving average, major support level. That's to me, it's a great one. I might do it just with a tight stop under there, but.
Look, if it's no longer a project or whatever the story is, it's probably best to just keep a distance until we know what's going on. So there are some questions in the chat here, guys. They're asking, should we stay out? So, I mean, 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗧 is going again. 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗧 is going again today. Can't be my birthday 2 days in a row. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday day.
Happy birthday.
Dr. Crypto is here, and there were a couple of others in the comments. Yes, guys, the Dixie dropped a massive level. It was beautiful. It's dropped that support. It rejected exactly where we said it was going to, that range high rejection. It's now lost support. It's lost the 50-day MA as well. So that is quite good for the US markets. Maybe it's going to push into some crypto for us.
Yep. So a couple others got Blue Zell going, which right now I would be very patient and let this thing come back to the hashtag science area right there, 618. It might take another day or so, or not even over the weekend for it to make it that far. But once we get to that 618/trend/support area right there, that's going to start to develop into a really nice long, I think.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
The market does well. Be patient on this one. Phantom is another one I'm looking at because Phantom also came way down into our zone. Let me zoom in a little closer on this one because I like the way this one's shaping up. Right, Phantom's right below that support area, but it's basically it's in a channel. When it breaks up above, retest right over there. Matter of fact, one of two things I see: either wait for it to retag down that area again, the trend line, which would be a great entrance, or let it break through, retest, because you'll get it almost as low likely, and then catch that move to the top of the channel right over there. That could be really interesting. And then the last one that I've set up that also looks interesting is Blue Zell. Actually, it pushed up a little bit since I did the thing. If it comes back and retests the low again, great entrance for a range trade right in here. You're looking at about 12%. Or again, wait for it to break through and retest. And the reason I wouldn't want to take it now or breakthrough is simply that your stop loss would be too big. Right? If you took the entrance now after the breakthrough, you're talking about a stop that's in the 5% range and a risk-reward ratio that's only 2 to 1. So even though it's looking good, it's not worth taking at this point. Be patient, let the trade develop. If it does, right there, boom, you got a great entrance. Or if it comes back directly, great entrance. Your stop would be below that latest wick right over there, and you should be off to the races.
So guys, you hear a lot of us saying, be patient, be patient. You need to understand that you need to sometimes wait for these good entries. And sometimes you need to just be aware that if we are now in a potential downtrend, any moves you're seeing now could just be short-term bounces in a bigger downtrend. We don't know for sure that it is now. BTC might just fire off to 36. But if you're desperate to be in positions and you're identifying good areas and stuff, you can always ladder in. You don't need to be full size into your position immediately on that spot. I mean, sometimes I break an entry down into 4 or 5 buys if I'm not entirely sure on my area, so that at least I have something in the game if it runs away from me, and at least I'm not having a heart attack or heart failure if it starts dropping lower. It starts picking up my orders lower down. So there is a way you can manage it. You don't have to go full size in immediately. Just break it down and structure your setup. So yes, Beth is saying it. Beth has been learning to trade. She's been in the school, and she's actually become an excellent trader now. And one of the key things is patience. You need to just be patient. If you rush into things, you can hurt yourself.
I found I had an experience recently, Dylan, that was weird. I was kind of doing some analysis in my journal, and I found out that my ideal time for a trade is at minimum 4 hours after I identify the setup. In other words, if I identify setup and it's less than 4 hours before I enter the trade, I get a certain win-loss ratio. If it's 4 to 6 hours, my win-loss ratio goes through the roof.
Patience. Okay, guys. I've seen a lot of requests, even from FedEx now. There's been a lot of people asking for SNX. So what I want to say about SNX, 200-day MA is support. It's lifting off it right now. Let me pull this up. Sorry, STX. There are requests for STX. So this is STX 200-day MA. Okay. 200-day MA is support. It's been holding really nicely. It's looking like ETH. It's looking like Litecoin. It's looking like some of these others that have just been consolidating around this 200-day MA. Okay, so is something to watch, is an area of interest. And then we do have a 618 a little bit below it. So not the worst area right now. And remember, Stacks follows BTC. So if BTC is looking healthy, Stacks should start looking healthy again. So eyes on that one. But yeah, it's held this 200-day for wow, since the 20th of October. It's been hanging out there. If it does reject here, okay, just look out lower down again. We don't really want a situation where we start doing that. Okay, so let's look for this breakout and see how we go. Harold, what do you Harold says please show how. Okay, let me know what you want me to show you. I probably said something just now and I've forgotten what it is, so let me know what you want us to look at. Guys, we've got comments that the music isn't loud enough. Do we want the music louder? Sure. Can we get some feedback on the music, please? Because like it's quite a vibe. I'm enjoying this at the moment. So let us know, please. Okay, and Michael is talking about TRB again. And I've got a request for an 𝗕𝗓𝗏 update. So here's the 𝗕𝗏𝗏 trade that we gave in spot on the Banter signals. Guys, we've launched signals on the Banter Discord. We are now giving out trade signals.
Let's go.
We're trying to give out quality, not quantity. So you're not going to get blasted every day, but you're going to get quality from us. We've nailed Atom. We've nailed Theta. We nailed Woo. We nailed Render.
Yeah,
the only one that hit a stop on a leverage trade was this 𝗕𝗏𝗏, which I have in front of me. But the spot traders are still in the game on 𝗕𝗏𝗏, and you have 200-day MA support, and it did actually ping the 382, which was our TP1. Our TP1 was 0.057. It hit 0.0568. Okay, so you know we lost there by about 0.002 cents or whatever it was. But yeah, 𝗕𝗏𝗏 is still in play and 200-day MA is support. So if you are still long 𝗕𝗏𝗏, now's your time to de-risk. You can raise your stop, put it at entry if you're a spot trader, and now it's a zero risk trade for you. And if the market pushes up, 𝗕𝗏𝗏 is going to kick on. So just hang in there. And then guys, there'll be more signals coming. So watch the space. You're going to get pinged when the stars are aligning for us, and we all have high conviction on these things. We're going to drop you these signals. And they'll keep coming through for you. Okay, let's hit some more. Let's hit some more charts. Any takers here? We got AVAX questions. We got XLM. What else do we have? The club says he's an 𝗕𝗏𝗏. Okay, so let's do loop ring, and I'll do XLM. And then Bruce, can you do a recap on PolyX? Because Benny says PolyX is coming.
Yep.
Let me get loop ring going here.
Yeah, loop ring. That's still around, huh?
I was in a loop ring trade once.
I was too, and I got wrecked.
Well, you only need to be in loop ring once, because when you get it right, you get it right. There was some announcement when I was in it, and it probably went like 3x or something. It was ridiculous.
Dang, that's awesome.
Let's have a look here. It was partly luck. I mean, I didn't know there was an announcement coming, but the chart was telling a story. It was teeing me up. It was saying something's going to happen here, and then then it blew up. It's always a nice one. So let's see what's going on. So it's starting to stick its nose through some resistance. Let's see it. You can see we got a lot of these altcoins look like this. They've all got this sort of slow grind up at the moment, which can be, in a sense, considered bearish. It's sort of a bearish type wedge. So you do get these type of things playing out, guys. The structure and the way they are climbing up here doesn't excite me too much. We actually need it to blow up out of this thing and then come down. I don't like this. It looks like it's just going to get tired and settle down. If it does blow up from here, 200-day MA is going to react here. So look out for that immediately. And you can see this ties in with horizontals. Yes, that's a hot zone. So if loop ring does pop, look out for a reaction at 200-day MA. And we can also dial in. Let's look at these 4 hours. Let's see what's going on. So basically what you want to do is you want to identify that it's finding support in this new area. You want it to get a nice base so that it can reclaim this level and then say, okay, we're good now and we are moving up. you don't really want to see this continue, because then you might start getting, and you'll see Link looks like that on about an hour. Link's just actually fallen over. We need to look at Link now. Maybe it's pushing up again, but it's got that sort of feel to it right now. But good start, trying to pierce this range low. So you could have a move coming. If you want to be in a position and you're looking for supports, the 4-hour support would be under this 4-hour candle or earlier candle. So 0.203. Look for a support under that candle. If it starts drifting below, you're more than likely going to end up at this trend low. And then you never know, guys. Then you start losing trends. Then the 50-day MA becomes something that you start talking about.
Yeah, that might be the entry there, that moving average as a support. So
let's actually do that. Let's see where the Fibonacci takes us. And there you go.
Boom, 618. Let's go.
Yeah.
When you see a 618 tie in with a 50-day MA and a horizontal, you need to feel excited.
Yes.
If you don't, I'll feel excited for you. Okay, so that's your zone. If you get that opportunity, that's where you really want to be on loop ring, 0.791. If not, let it break up. You want to see the support develop, and then we go up to our next range.
Yep.
Our next range high.
Yep. You can PolyX whenever you're ready.
PolyX, Bruce, let's see it. You must make this your coin.
You got
trade
it.
The shit out
well,
of
since Tummo may be abandoning me, I may need a new one. So,
own this coin.
So this is what I posted yesterday on Discord. Was at this point, was it going to break down, retest resistance, and do a short, or is it going to break above this level and come back down, retest it? And we have our answer, right? So it broke above the level again. It's coming to retesting, and at support right over here, I would start definitely looking for a long. The number one level I'm going to watch for really closely would be that it breaks this high, right? That's this purple line. I call it my risk line, right? So until it pops above that, I'm suspicious of it. But I would love to see this thing come down, take a smaller entry, break above that line, retest, and now you've got yourself a new trend line. Right from here to there, right? I'm not drawing it accurately, sorry guys. But something like that. And now you're off to the races. So let this settle in a little bit. See if you get rejection right off support right over there. So this level holds. And that can be very nice.
I've got a question for you guys in the chats, and I want honest answers. Okay? Yeah. Honest answers. Who just bought the top of that TRB move into resistance?
Oh gosh, hopefully nobody.
Let us know. Let us know. Just be honest, guys. Just be honest. Did you chase TRB into resistance? I'm busy plotting it now quickly. I'm trying to find you support quickly if it does pull back a bit more. Let's see. Let me get this TRB out for you guys. Okay, so it bangs straight into this high rejection. Hey guys. Okay, so Everton says not me. Okay, there's some answers. Colleen, you know what? I believe you. No. Cryptic Sniper says he sold the top. Okay.
Good job.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Michael got out of TRB. Okay, guys. I mean, this is a key. Obviously it can carry on pumping, but here's a key lesson here. If you jump into these things too high because you think it's just going to keep going, look out for rejection areas. Understand where you're jumping in. Understand your dangers. Because if you are leveraged and you jump in at the top here, you immediately say 8 or 10% down, especially if you are on leverage, and then you're under pressure now. Okay, now you're thinking, oh, I've got to exit and whatever. But now the real entry only starts. You've got to start identifying your areas now where you can look for an entry. Okay, so that's pretty much where I'd say your first stop is. 114.3 is a potential bounce area now. Okay, and it's actually tying in beautifully. Look at this little range here in there between the 618 and the 382. Okay, so if you find yourself under pressure now on TRB, this is how you need to play it, or this is a suggestion on how you could play it. Bounce zone here, 382, or bounce zone at 618 and trend retest. And then hopefully that move will stay bullish and it will continue. So it's something like that, or you wait for a little bit lower and then you get that move. If it starts losing that, then I think that move for TRB is done. Cryptic Sniper says respect the dump.
Respect the dump. I like that.
Cute.
Okay, Johan says PolyX is showing signs. Showing signs, you tell us, showing signs of up or down there. Michael got TRB at 98, so he's cooking. He bought the range low. Smart man. Smart man bought the range low. Michael must have bought this little double bottom here, I'm guessing. Nice one, Michael. Range low on support. Good for you. Okay, so loop ring we've done. What was the other one I committed to? Rune. And
Dylan, also I have one more I totally forgot to talk about. Just whenever.
What do you got?
Lever.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's one I don't know. Oh, wow. Rune is firing again. Okay, so Rune. Okay, here we go. So this is what I was talking about on the Discord today. Looking for a reaction at 3.14. Okay, let me just try and zoom in here. This is the 12-hour. Okay, so we've broken into the 3.14. So we wanted this reaction here, and now we want to see this retest. We want to see this 3-level hold for this next move up for Rune. So let's zoom in now on Rune. Jeez, this Rune is like beast mode, eh?
Yeah.
Chugging some pre-workout.
Jeez. Okay, let's clean this up a bit. Jeez, Dave, I'm loving your beats, bro. Thanks for this new track.
Yep.
No problem, man.
And Bruce approves as well. Bruce wasn't the biggest fan of the first one because he's more of a rocker. But, yeah, I think
the melody in the background really triggers happy things for me. I like this.
I'm feeling happy. I mean, the market could be dumping, but if this is playing, I'm feeling quite chill.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, if the market's dumping, then that's the new saying: respect the dump.
Respect the dump.
Okay, guys, we're looking for scalper zones now on Rune. When things are super bullish, I sometimes pull out the 236, a little secret weapon. Let's see, we sometimes get a reaction on the 236. So let's highlight this area here. Okay, so remember, this is now the top of a move. It's probably a squeeze. So there's probably been a lot of shorts building up here. So now we got to see if this is going to, like, if it's sustainable. So there's a squeeze. Now we want to see if this holds. Again, your strongest zone is the 618 horizontal and trend retest, 2.97. Okay, that's your strongest area. If we zoom out again, bigger picture on Rune, let's just get a weekly out so you can see what's going on here. Okay, it's got a long way to go. A very long way to go, and they're not going to give up with a fight here, the Bears. So there's a lot of work to do. This is a massive weekly area. Okay, so you really want this break now. You really want to see this restart forming a nice support base for that next move. But yeah, I think this thing could move pretty quickly once we do get through there. Let's just look on the daily. I just want to get an idea of what these candles look like. Yeah, I mean, probably have a bit of a fight at 3.5 and 3.8, and then it's a free ride to about 5.8. So yeah, yeah, I like Rune. Just be careful up here. You know what to do now. I've zoomed in for you, and just you know your support levels. Let's just take a look again. Okay, so those of you can see what I've done here. Hopefully you can see that. So these are your main areas you watch. But yeah, if we want the move to hold, you really want to see the 618 hold, and then you've got that trend coming up there. Okay, so if it drifts down, then you get that bounce. That's the mothership over there, I would say. Yes, Theo wants to know about Atom here. Atom bounced off support today. It's still cooking. Yeah, things are still looking okay now. Theta as well, it's looking okay. Away, that's the one. XLM. So let me just let Dave pull up his lever, and then I'll prep XLM so long for away. And Ant likes LRC. Okay, Dave, your chart's up there.
Cool. So scanning through a lot of tokens last night for the show here, and one thing that I saw, interestingly enough, was 𝗕𝗵𝗵𝗕. I had shorted it here back in the days, if you remember that, and from that point, 56%.
Wow.
So anyways, let's take a look at what's going on here. So this wick, I noticed that there is a trend line that has formed. So we got 1 touch, 2 touch. Let me zoom in now. 3 touch, 4 touch. I think the sellers are getting exhausted. We have 2 order blocks. So from where we're at now, it's a 6% swing from the low, or no, 10% actually. But if we hold this trend line and Bitcoin holds itself here, I would like to snag an entry at the trend line or some kind of fake out swing failure here. So if you guys want to set an alert with me here, we can do it together at 0.001290. That's right at the trend line. And then this other order block here, that's on the 2 hour. So if you have Lux Algo, you can see these blocks on the 2 hour, one at 0.001245. Essentially, you could ladder in. So 1 entrance here, 1 entrance here, and the move is going to be an easy 10% or more than 10%, 15, 20%-ish move. I see that playing out. And hey, we might even go to this moving average. And if we do, then, you know, that'll be the day. And everyone's like, what's going on with 𝗕𝗵𝗵? Why is it pumping? But this is probably where it'll reject. And then maybe retouch the trend line. But for now, seeing an upside move, then we'll revisit for a potential downside.
Hey guys,
move.
get those alarms on. TradingView, if you're not using TradingView and you're trying to trade, you're missing something. You know, you need TradingView in your thing, and you get an alarm on TradingView. So set your alarms there.
Yeah. So that's
it. And then Lux Algo, there's questions again on Lux Algo. So we use Lux Algo as confluence to what we use our normal TA stuff. David's using the order blocks there. That's one of the paid products of Lux Algo. You get a bundle from them. You get the oscillator, you get the clouds, and you get the order block. So we use a mix of all of them for confluence in our trading. There is a discount on Lux Algo. If you go to the link in the description, you can get a discount on Lux Algo, and you pay for the first month. And if you don't like it or whatever the story is, they give you your money back. So it sounds like a no risk deal to me. And if it improves your trading, well, it's going to pay for itself anyway in one trade. So take a look. If you like what you see, play around with it and watch these sessions, because we use it all the time. We'll give you practical training on it.
Exactly. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that.
I want to just update the Banter Bubbles competition as well. I forgot to mention, guys, I know we've told you about this before a couple of times, but you can guess the price of this Bitcoin. All you need to do, wait, I just lost my screen. There it is. Okay, all you need to do is go to Banter Bubbles and click on the BTC link. And as long as you've got one of our Banter links in the description, or any Banter link that you have, whether it's Sheldon's or Runs or whatever you're trading with, you need OKX, CoinW, BitGet, or ByBit, and you can guess the Bitcoin price. If you don't have one of our links, there are links in the description. They all have various different types of trading bonuses for sign up, and the more you trade, you get bonuses and all sorts of things in there. So check out your favorite one. CoinW is in the description. That is a no KYC from what I understand as well, so that might help a few people. And let's see what the guys are saying at the moment. I don't see too many bear vibes. Understated Ed says to 700, but everyone's still bullish. You know, we got a small BTC pullback, but the bulls are still here. 45 from 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝒑𝒐. 10th, I won't say the full name there, 10th FU, whatever's going on there, says 30. Yeah, so okay, interesting mix. Ghassan Khalil says 43,282. What are you guys feeling? I'm feeling somewhere in the 40s, but to be in the 40s, I think it's got to go higher first and come back. What are you guys thinking?
I'm with you. I'd love to see 40. That's definitely a big psychological level. And yeah, usually there's always some kind of pump end of the year, and then the dump happens.
It's right into that. The next range right after we're here, because we're sitting at, the 34, 35 range, it goes into an area where it consolidated right before the big dump, where it consolidated at what looked like a normal market correction back in time. So somewhere between, I'd love to see it settle in between where we are now and 46.
Mid 40s. That seems to be the consensus out there. Count Henry says 25. He's trading against us. Okay, so he's still a bear for the end of the year.
25. Okay.
No face.
I'm curious why. Yeah.
Celebrate a birthday. Okay, so guys, look, we're looking at TRB here in front of us. You can see why we love reaction zones. Again, you never know for sure, but you know that you're going to get a reaction. You don't know how big it's going to be, but what did we tie it in with? We tied it in with horizontals, we tied it in with 382, and we are getting a TRB reaction here. Okay, so you can see there is some action now on TRB, and then your next reaction zone is 109. That's your next area. XLM is still on. I've got XLM ready for you. Here it is. Okay, so here we are on XLM. XRP's buddy, I would say. They run together. For me, it's just shitcoin twins, basically. But 100-day MA, we've broken through. Let's zoom in a little bit. And you can see it's trying to hold this 100-day MA as support on the 1 hour. So I mean, this is for the scalpers only. The spot traders doing that sort of thing, don't worry too much about this. But here's a 1 hour trend break. 100-day MA is support, and trend is support for now. So there might be a scalp here for you guys. 0.1215, I would say, is your support. If it loses that, it's going to come down to 0.12. That's your next support zone. So on the 1 hour, it looks okay. Bigger picture, it's trying to launch a bit, and we are still in this confirmed uptrend. So until that changes, we are in an uptrend. What you do want to see is that push. You want to see that high before it comes back down, and then that should hopefully continue things. Vincent says Rose is breaking. Guys, we got 5 more minutes left. Let's crack on. Bruce, can you get XMR ready, or what else do you have in there?
Sure. XMR.
Okay, Bruce is going to do XMR for David. I'm going to pull up Rose. Dave, if you've got anything else ready that you can fire off for us as well, let us know.
Okay.
Here's Rose. Yeah, Rose is cooking. I think Rose is DeFi, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the chats there, please, guys. Rose, Vincent, is Rose DeFi? There seems to be a bit of DeFi flavor lately. Okay, we've got a trend break for Rose. This is the daily. Launched off, no surprises. 200-day MA. Okay. And now we have a trend break. We have a trend retest on the daily and support confirmed at 0.055, and now it's on its way. So, yeah, looking good. Leverage traders, you've missed your entry here. Spot traders, if you have bigger targets in mind, let's look at potential areas that you could look for. Okay, this is a big region up here. So 0.081 is quite a big area. Let's look at some other reaction zones. Okay, so you've got a 618 coming in hot over there. So look out for a rejection there. At 0.064 is a possible reaction zone. So you might get another bite at a pullback here. I must say, Rose has performed really well considering what this market's been doing. This is actually quite incredible. Okay, so main support for the low leverage and spot traders, 0.054. That's your main support region. The horse is bolted for now, though. You kind of want some kind of pullback here. It's already jumped 12%. So if you're trying to be long here to real support, it's an 11% move down. Okay, so just be aware of that. But what can we see? What can happen here? Maybe a rejection there, and then we'll look for fibs and things like that. You can see it might react here. If it's tied in with a fib, you might get a reaction at around about 0.0582. So that could be your bounce area, or an area that you could use area of interest. And then main support 0.054. Okay, Bruce, I'm going to bring up your chart.
Sure. So XMR on the daily, very, seems to have been for quite a while range bound, right? But it's a pretty darn big range. With the lows around, I can't remember, 135 and the high at 171. It is at the range high right now. And whenever the range high, range low, the question is it going to break through and make a new level, or is it going to come back and continue in the range? I usually assume that it'll stay in the range until it doesn't. But if it's going to stay in the range, it's setting up for actually a really nice short right now. You come down to the 4-hour, it's consolidated like crazy. I would wait for it to prove it's going to go down, because if you look at just this move, that could look like a flag that's building up to pump. So I would personally wait for it to break down over here, come back up, test it, and then show clear signs of rejection for about a 22% short right over there. The other possibility is with it building up kind of this consolidation flag right over there, is that it's actually going to pop over finally. They tried it once before, go back in history, they tried it once before and failed. But if it pops above this level, pick it up on the retest, so you can go long. But right now, I'm assuming this is range bound.
Is there support you can work for if you're trying to build a position for a long year? If there's a flag there, what is the support?
Yeah, and that's what I zoomed in a little bit. I would dig in a lot deeper if we had time, but what I would look for is, right, you got your flag right there, right? And this, see, it's just consolidated right there, and there's no movement at all. I would love to see a break of that trend right there, break the top of that channel, and then retest, and then I think you'd have the beginnings of a long. The thing you want to watch for is to make a higher high from right there on the shorter time. This is the 4-hour time frame. You pop a higher high from that level right there, then I think you're going to end up in the next range above.
Okay, and Loopring's just started moving again. So Loopring is doing something. Thomas, Litecoin is in the Banter Discord. Look in the Banter Discord, guys. A lot of these charts are there. I updated them today. Litecoin, I think, was one of them. It was on 200-day and 382 support. It's been holding a nice solid area, so it should push on. Daniel Theta is reclaimed the 200-day MA, so that is looking okay. That trade is also in the Banter Signals, and it's in the Banter Discord. Kenneth says NEAR might be dropping. Look for your entries on NEAR, guys. Remember, there's a lot of talk about NEAR coming up, so look for entries. Dropping is not necessarily a bad thing. It could be an entry opportunity. So remember, we covered NEAR earlier. Guys, we are out of time. Again, be safe out there. A lot of these charts are on the Discord. Look at them. Don't FOMO into stuff. Weekend coming. David's calling a pump. I'm saying... be safe. I'm not calling anything. Yeah,
it's gonna be a trap.
I'm in a render long and I'm letting it run, and we'll see how we go with render. Okay, there's a lot going on there, guys. Just again, don't FOMO in, don't buy the top. You've watched this enough now. You know how we plan our levels. You know how we plan our areas. Try and do the same thing, and just manage your risk as much as you can. Yeah, great, guys, and thanks for the music, Dave. Well done for that.
Awesome. Loved it.
No pressure, but yeah, there'll be more coming, everybody. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks. Enjoy your weekend.